There we go. All right, guys, we are in Monterey Bay, California right now, and just kind of getting the lay of the land for today, and we're gonna do some filming tomorrow, but we're at the beach. I want to show you this coast. The water is much, much colder in the Pacific than it is in the Atlantic, and so I'm gonna do my best to not be in the water while we're talking, but I wanted to show you guys some of the macroalgae that is found on this coast much more readily than in the state of Florida where I'm from, and some of the neat features about it. So I'm going to kind of see if I can flip you guys around. There we go. So you can see here's two of them I laid out. And one of the interesting things about macroalgae is just algae that can be seen with the naked eye, and it has interesting features. It's not microscopic. These are different species of brown algae. Kelp is one type of brown algae, Macrocystis, and these are similar in design. And one of the things they have, their stem-like structure is the, oh my goodness, the water's coming, I'm freezing. Okay, so I'm such a wimp, I know. One of the things that they have is a stipe, and that is the, I'm gonna hold it here. Actually, let me flip it back around so you can see me. Okay, there we go. So you can see here, this is the stem-like structure here. Maybe we do it this way. The stem-like structure is called a stipe. It's not a stem. Now, a stem actually has different parts to it, kind of like vascular tissue, where it sends water up from the roots and nutrients down. This is actually, the cells of this stipe are no different than the cells of all the rest of the organism. And they just have a different job. Their job is to hold everything together. And then the blade-like, the leaf-like things are called blades. And we see those in all the different types of Macrocystis. And then this really cool structure right here. The blades actually provide more surface area for photosynthesis because these guys do photosynthesize just like plants. But this thing right here is called a pneumatophore. And pneumatophores are basically balloons. They have air in them, they're air-filled sacs. And so these guys are designed to stay attached to the ocean bottom, the rocky ocean bottom. I'm moving over because the waves are coming. And that helps them hold in place. They don't float to the surface and wash away. And so, but they need to hang on to the bottom, and they stay upright because of the pneumatophores, the air-filled pneumatophores that keep them upright so that a greater amount of surface area is exposed to the sun so they can more easily photosynthesize. What you can't see is the stipes, or I'm sorry, the part that holds this organism to the ground is called a holdfast. And it looks like a root. It's not a root. It's the same kind of cells as all the cells in this singular body here, but the job of the holdfast is to hold it fast to the surface. And so what happened is, because of the strong wave action, this guy broke off of its holdfast, floated to the surface because of the air-filled pneumatophores, and then washed ashore. That's not very good if you're an algae, because the exposure here is not going to allow this thing to stay alive. It's going to start to rot and stink and get gross. But they do better when they're down in the ocean. So we can see that with many of the algae that have washed on shore. You can kind of see behind me some of them in various stages of decay. But if you were to go off the shore here in the Monterey Bay, you would see forests, huge forests. They're kelp forests that are an ecosystem unto themselves. Special organisms live in those forests. They can grow about 1 foot to 2 feet a day, very fast growing organisms, and they provide an ecosystem, a home for a lot of organisms that live right here off the coast of California and Monterey Bay. So I'm going to come back and do some more later on this week as we explore this area. We've already seen a couple of really awesome organisms out here. There's a couple of sea lions here. And explored the beaches, and we're going to go into some of the estuaries and some of the other coastline areas. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions about macroalgae or kelp, let me know and make a comment there and I'll respond. All right, see you guys soon.